Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to our campaign podcast. I'm Aurelio Martinez, and for those of you who don't know, of course, I'm running for Denver mayor for the next election, which will be on April 6th, 2027. What I'm going to do on this podcast is very simple. I want to talk to you about this upcoming election in November. The main thing you're going to be voting on, the very important thing you're going to be voting on, is this Vibrant Denver bond. Now, let me let you know that bonds are a very good way to bring revenue to the city. They've done it in the past for the past decades, and it's just a very good way. And they don't necessarily have to have an impact on the people that live here, work here, and the business that work here, if they're structured properly. And that's what I want to talk about this bond here, the Vibrant Denver bond. I was a little excited when they come out with that because it was going to bring money, and it was specifically going to point out where the money goes to. A lot of infrastructure, repair bridges, roads, fix our streets, things like that. Other things like neighborhood projects that they've kind of earmarked for doing. So I was excited. It was a way to get good things going in Denver, improvements to where we can get this center, the city, in back to where it used to be, where people wanted to come and visit Denver, where people wanted to come and see the beautiful things Denver has to offer, including the downtown Central Business District, which is all but falling apart. I have a segment on the Central Business District, and we'll do a follow-up segment on that because that's very important. But anyhow, I was excited about this bond because it provided so much good for Denver, and they're selling it to the people, saying it will be done without any increase in taxes. Nice, very good. I like that. No increase in taxes, because I'm not for increasing taxes. I don't think you are. I don't think small businesses are, and I don't think people that work here in Denver are high. Taxes are a little too high as it is right now in Denver, so we don't need any increases. So it grabbed my attention. Well, let me get up here, and we'll see the ballots have been mailed. Okay, so you should have received your ballot already in the mail. If you haven't, you want to probably call the Elections Commission, the clerk and recorder, to ask them where your ballot's at, because they've been mailed out and most people have received them. So I want to point out a couple of things on this very, very, very important bond, because it's very close to $1 billion is what you're going to be voting for on this bond. And before I get into that, bonds are really a good way. I mentioned this before. Bonds are a good way for the cities, any city, to generate revenue, big revenue. Okay, so bonds are good, but the way they're put together has to also be good. Okay, and what you see here, the first thing that they start to sell you on are the bells and whistles, and the big one is no increase in taxes. And they're exactly right. There's no increase in taxes concerning this bond. So if you kind of get your ballot and you're going to read at the beginning of your ballot, you'll see that's the first thing it states. The first paragraph is the bells and whistles, and in between it tells you what each part of this bond is going to be for: repairs, restructuring, new construction, whatever it is. Okay, so keep in mind this Vibrant Denver bond is in 5 parts. It's going to be 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D, and 2E, but it's all the same Denver Vibrant bond. So if you take your ballot and you look, I just want you to understand what you're voting on, and I think it's very important, because I said I was excited for this, and I was glad to have it on the ballot. So put my cheaters on. The first paragraph states, without imposing any new tax, shall the city and county of Denver debt be increased by $420 million, with a maximum repayment cost of $906 million. So that's what it's going to cost the city to repay these bonds after they issue them and they sell them. To be used for repairs and improvements to the city transportation and mobility infrastructure and facilities, including but not limited to. Okay, they always put that not limited to, and that's okay, because things may change once it passes. And it goes on to list the bullet marks of all what this 2A, ballot 2A, is going to include. Now, I started to read this. Now, the final paragraph on this thing is, listen to this, and this is what really caught my ear. It says, by the issuance and payment or refinancing of general obligation bonds, notes, and other obligations, and shall the taxes authorized at the city's bond election in 2007, 2017, and 2021 be extended and authorized to pay or refinance the debt authorized at this election, in addition to the debt authorized at such prior elections, and shall city ad valorem property taxes be increased without limitation as to rate, but not more than a combined extended maximum amount of $81,590,840. But anyhow, annually, the city, with the city to publicly report such expenditures annually. Okay, this paragraph has changed my mind completely. Okay, so first they're going to tell you without imposing any new taxes, and they're absolutely correct. They're not imposing new taxes, but what they are asking you to prove, should this bond go through, is that they'll be able to continue the taxes that have been on the past three bonds, the 2002, the three bonds I just mentioned. They'll continue. Now, otherwise, when them bonds mature, them taxes go away. There are three big taxes that go away. So our taxes would actually go down when them bonds mature. And this is asking you to keep them taxes ongoing, a continuance, and they can raise them ongoing taxes. Okay, so technically they won't be raising taxes specifically for Vibrant Denver, but they can. And this is the problem that we have with this administration and the mayor is, why does he have to be sneaky? Why does he not just come out and let people know what it's going to take, what it's going to cost, and let people decide whether they want to vote for this thing or not? And he tries to kind of sneak things in there so that people see all the good, the bells and the whistles and the improvements in their neighborhoods and the improvements in the streets and stuff. So they just automatically vote in favor of this thing. So what we need to do is we need to understand what we're voting for. And me, I've been voting since I was 18. That's a very long time. And I've always taken the stance that if I don't understand a measure or a referendum or something, I don't vote for it if I don't understand it, because I don't want to make the mistake of voting for something and then it's twisted backwards and I end up voting for the wrong thing. So if I don't understand it, I don't vote for it. I vote no, keep it the same. So anyhow, on this one, I just want you to understand what you're meeting. Now, them two paragraphs, incoming paragraphs and the exiting paragraph of the language that's on the ballot is the same on all the Vibrant Denver 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D, and 2E. It's all on there. It's the same language. So we have to think about, do we want to allow the city to continue them taxes for each of the previous bonds after they mature and keep taxing the people of Denver and property taxes, whatever it's going to be. But I think we need to be careful. So in closing this thing, I just wanted people out there to really read what they're doing, because this November election is basically, that's the big part of what everyone's voting for. And they're really pushing it hard because they want you to get this. But there's no reason for them to be sneaky. There's no reason for them not to be transparent and be upfront and honest. And I think that's what we need in Denver. We need a mayor that's going to be honest and that's going to be upfront with what he's doing, and then let the people decide what they want to vote for and how they want to vote. That's the only way. Don't try to sneak anything in. You know, if you guys have been paying attention to the local things, you all know that he just snuck and re-signed a contract for the cameras, for the flock cameras, and he did have a committee. He didn't go to city council, which he should have. He didn't let anyone just sneak everything. We cannot expect to have a vibrant Denver with an administration such as this one. So be careful. Vote understanding what we're voting for. And some of you may be all right with that. And if you are, then fine, vote for it. It's okay. But make sure you understand what you're voting for. And that's all I'm saying. Let's vote for it. And come April 6th, 2027, you need to vote for me for mayor, because you're going to have an honest to goodness mayor that's not looking for a political career. He's not looking for any promises are made, any gifts exchanged. There's no PAC money coming in. There's no special interest money coming in. So we're working very, very hard to offset that so that we can win this race. If you believe what I believe, vote for me. Okay. In the meantime, go to our website, amfdm.com, and follow our campaign for the next couple of years. Actually, it's less than 2 years, but until Election Day, and kind of follow us. Get excited about the election. Most people say, my vote don't count. I'm not going to vote. Get excited for it. Get in there, hit the donation button. Send me $1, send me $2, send me $5, send me $10, whatever you do. We have to depend on them small donations, and it works. It works. It'll get us to where we can raise our goal of $1 million and win this election. And let's change Denver. Let's take an upside down Denver and right side it up. Okay. So thank you all for watching. I'll be putting these podcasts on. If you don't find the podcast, just go to the website, click on videos. It will take you to our YouTube podcast, or you can search for it on YouTube. Okay. Follow us. Let's do this. Let's win this election. Let's make Denver the city that everyone loves and cares for, and a beautiful place to be. Have a very good day.